Let's turn on some audio. Hey folks. Almost got a full set there, Toby. Nice emote. Radiated. Back to team mode for chat. Don't want to interrupt folks while I'm streaming. You know, I'm gonna get a hatchet. Everybody needs a good hatchet. Axe. Okay. Generating the. Okay, cool. Blue water, 17 miller concrete scrap. Oh yeah, leveled up. So another point into strength. One's for crafting. Gunsmith. Here we go, level 2. Anything else? Magazine. Going with gunsmith. Yes. Accept. Awesome. Let's find us a bench. Okay. Surgical tray. Bobblehead Millie. Okay. Fine. Oh, here we go. Scrap all junk. Weapon. Right. Nope. Okay. Dang. That's a good, alrighty. Jar with a scorched foot. Ah. All drinks, well, water, ammo. Okay. Scrap that other stuff that we right here. Should have scrap all your junk. Explosives crate. Only the quest owner. Oh, okay, so part of a quest. Yep. Okay, confidential. Do not reproduce. Begin transcription of audio recording. Dr. Madison. Dr. Madison of the responders. I'm conducting a psychological evaluation of patient Olivia Henderson. Forgot the P. Of patient Olivia P. Henderson. This session is being recorded. Hello, Olivia. Howdy again, Doc. Let's get started. First, can you state your current role with the responders? Well, let's see. I started as a volunteer, like most everybody these days. Didn't do much to help. Found out about the quarantine zone here and knew this is where I had to be. For the record, the quarantine zone at Morgantown Airport is where research and containment the scorch phenomena takes place. Yes, that'd be it. I don't think I'd call it by such a pretty word, though. It's more like a nightmare. Your job here is to guard the quarantine zone and take care of the scorched victims? Yes, sir. My job to keep watch over those doomed souls and make sure that they stay locked up. Can you tell us why you choose to take this job? Well, when the call went out for quarantine guards, it kind of had a disclaimer attached to the job. I see. Can you explain? They said it was a permanent position, as in permanently quarantined here. 2. The scorched are too dangerous and highly contagious, so I can never leave. Henderson, that's. And why did you decide to take the job? That one's easy, and I'm pretty sure I already told you. Cancer. Yes, you told me you were diagnosed with terminal cancer just before the bomb. Yes, sir. But you survived so long, the doctor said you must have just a few years left. You're still kicking. What do you think happened? That's the part I'm not sure about. I've been doing a lot of thinking, and maybe something with the radiation is slowing down the progress, or maybe it's recession? Mission. Yeah, that's the one. Maybe it's in remission. Tell me about the other quarantine guards. Wyatt. Are you two getting along? Oh dear, Wyatt reminds me of my son. God rest his soul. He's a smart boy, unlucky as hell, but smart. Kids don't deserve what life handed him. That's very true. I do have an assessment with Wyatt later this week. Be nice to him. He's become like family since we've been stuck in this airplane together. Will do, but I'm afraid we're out of time. That wraps up the assessment. Thank you for joining me today, Olivia. The responders do thank you for your services. Well, you're truly grateful. Just keep delivering the liquor, Doc, and I'll be happy as clam at high tide. Of course, it's the least we can. Evaluation results. Results of continuing interviews with Olivia have proved my initial hypothesis correct. For the most part, subject is aware, resourceful, mentally able, psychologically fit to continue her work in the quarantine. Subject also shows signs of stubbornness, willful ignorance, and cynicism. We'll be keeping an eye on any signs of background or latent depression. Anxiety is through the roof, but who isn't dealing with that? Recommendations? Continue eval of subject, perhaps at a slower pace. Every other month should be good for now. The other guard I'm more concerned about. Really? Gonna interrupt him while I'm trying to freaking talk? Got people listening. Like one, but still. They deserve.
While you're here, ask the doctors if they have any special supply requests. After that, head over to the control tower for your last stop. As you can clearly see, we need to constantly restock all of these supplies to keep our heads above water. And there's just no signs of it getting any quieter anytime soon. The control tower is on the tarmac, and it's your final patrol stop. I am so glad we established the volunteer program. We've gotten many good responder volunteers this way. DASA does good work in Flatwoods.
To the love of my life, Abby said we can your bunker for whatever it is you want to plan for our anniversary. I know it's only been a few months, okay, 2 months, 3 weeks, and 4 days, but I'm so excited. You changed my life, Yandre. I hope you know that. Love, Lydia. A comfy pillow. Coming up. I really should save ammo when I do stupid stuff like that. But kind of creeps me out with him just standing all silent like. God. Some stuff you hover over. Sure about it's trying to tell me. Got. Surgical. I guess surgical trays must be made out of aluminum or something? I guess I could always just take a look at it and figure out what it is. Okay. Terminal has to say. Responders Laboratory Terminal Inoculation Project Announcement. As y'all know, ooh, but something happened. Folks, I've got some exciting news to share. As you all know, Dr. Hudson's been continuing her research in the lab at AVR Medical. Well, she just reported to let us know that she's made a significant breakthrough. She looks like an inoculation against the scorched plague could soon become a reality. Let's all keep our fingers crossed to make sure to do everything we can to help Claire complete her work. Our very survival depends on it. Jeff Nakamaro. Scorched Research. Production. Scorched, a field study. Dr. Claire Hudson. Those of us struggling to survive in the post-war world face countless threats. The search for safe and sustainable sources of food and water would be enough to challenge anyone, but the strange mutated creatures appearing throughout the region generally in danger of day-to-day life. None of these threats, however, compared to the Scorched. Better understand these monsters of the waste world, I've spent time observing and gathering information from those individuals lucky enough to have survived first-hand encounters with the Scorch. There are still far more questions than answers, but I believe I have made progress in understanding these enigmatic and fearsome creatures. Details on specific subjects follow. Okay. Scorched Beast. The name conjures terrifying images of a huge mutated bat that poisons the ground, warped living creatures into deadly thralls. We first learned about the Scorched Beast from the Brotherhood of Steel, whose soldiers encountered creatures to the southeast. At first, nobody believed that what they were describing could be real. We thought it was a BS story, giving the Brotherhood an excuse to commandeer our ammo and supplies. We were wrong. I'll never forget the first time I saw one of those monstrosities' black wings against a blood-red sunset. Talk about a reality check. We know far too little about these creatures, but we do know they aren't strictly nocturnal. They are also quite equally willing to move alone or in small groups, and they're highly aggressive. Worse than that, they're dangerously radioactive, and I believe an important clue about their origin. If we ever get a hold of one for study, I think we'll learn a lot about them. Unfortunately, being close to a Scorched Beast is a near certain death sentence, not just because of the ration. I'll cover that more in the next entry. Scorched Beast Plague. I'd love to give a detailed explanation of what the Scorched Plague is and how it works, but right now we know so little. It just wouldn't be possible. Frankly, it's damn frustrating. What we do know is that living creatures that come into contact with the Scorched Beast sometimes begin to mutate. The victim's skins turn dark, almost black, with the smell of ash. Some kind of biochemical process takes hold at this point. Lesions that burn with intense heat begin to form on the victim's body. The affected creature appears to be covered in smoldering embers. In the case of humans, higher mental functions eventually disappear, replaced by extreme, almost animalistic aggression. We call the creatures that are transferred in this way scorched. Needless to say, watching a friend or loved one go through this process is both horrifying and heartbreaking. Worse, there's almost nothing we can do about it. And I say almost because we've been able to gather enough information about the Scorched Plague that we might be able to develop a vaccine against it. That's a huge maybe, but we recently found some equipment at the AVR Medical Center that's in pretty good shape. With the right faculties and a steady supply of Scorched to study, we might just find a counter to this terrible disease or even possibly reverse it. Only time will tell. Anti-Scorched tactics. I hope by now that I've made one point crystal clear. The Scorched are lethal. Nothing less than an existential threat. We cannot find a way to defeat them or at the very least contain them. There's no reason to think we won't spread far and wide, transforming or destroying everything in their path. We don't know nearly enough about the Scorched to develop real tactics. What we know so far mostly amounts to common sense approaches for dealing with a deadly predator. I'll summarize those points below. If you're unfortunate enough to encounter a Scorched Beast, likely because it has decided to hunt you, do everything in your power to keep away from it. If you've got a gun and can find an enclosed space to fire from, that's ideal. Scorched Beasts are too big to fit two small places. Remember that Scorched Beasts emit strong radiation. That, coupled with their powerful bite, should compel you to keep your distance at all costs. If you've got no other choice, you should at least consider using some Rad-X before you engage the creature at close range. Scorched humans are savage and deadly. While their ability to speak is limited, don't think they're mindless. They retain enough intelligence and memory to use guns and other weapons, and they're hostile to just about everything they perceive as a potential threat. Fight the Scourged as you would a raider, albeit one with the deadly plague. Of vital importance is keeping your distance to minimize the risk of infection. Stay in cover when you can, but give ground when you need to. Do not let them get close. And I know that's not much to go on. There's still so much we don't know about these creatures. Hopefully it'll help at least a little. That concludes my report. Okay. Message it. Has anyone seen Larry Pickerman? Please keep an eye out for Larry Pickerman. He's been missing for a couple of days. If you haven't met him, he's about 6 feet tall, brown hair, green eyes, the age is about mid-50s. Came in with the last big group of refugees. You might remember him as the electrician who decided to do some unsolicited work on our main computer. I'm sure he went well, but we had to have him escorted out of the command center. Anyway, hopefully he's okay. He borrowed my only screwdriver and I really need it back, so if you see him, send him my way. Jeff Nakamura. Dealing with the Brotherhood. I've been a member of the Responders for almost the start. Like all of you, I put my life on the line to save the lives of others more times than I can remember. Our mission is important. That's why we can't let the Brotherhood of Steel push us around. Of course, we'll help anyone where we can, but you all know the resources are limited. The Brotherhood's been making increasing demands for resources and supplies in the name of holding back the Scorched. Well, the Scorched aren't the only threat around here, and the Responders aren't looking to fight a war. We're healers, we're teachers, we're not soldiers. The Brotherhood comes asking for your ammo, your stim packs, your water, whatever it is, think carefully. Someone out there might need those supplies to survive. They ask you to join their ranks because you've got skills they can use. Remember that we need those skills just as much, maybe more. We don't have the benefit of power armor and heavy weapons. All we got is training, knowledge, and courage. But that's been enough so far, and I hope we can keep it that way. I'm not saying the Brotherhood of Steel is our enemy. We're on the same side, but lately, not really friends either. All I'm asking is that you stay focused on the mission, on our mission, no matter what they might ask of you, Chavez. Announcement, Rachel Price. Some of the news to share, everyone. Some of you might have heard that about Rachel already, but for those who don't know, she said goodbye to the Responders and joined the Brotherhood of Steel to work as a combat medic. We'll all miss her and we wish her the best. In the time, the few medics who have left are working around the clock. We'll be starting the medical training program up again to help fill in the gaps. Please volunteer if you can spare time. Chavez. Oh. Quest completed. Final departure. Okay, cool. Patrolman sunglasses, Responder, and police form. The Somerset Special ignores 50% of your target's armor. Oh, damn. An ounce of prevention. Search for an inoculation against the scorched disease. Okay. Interesting. I'll have to make sure that that doesn't happen again. Are we just like days short? I mean, because if you look at that corpse, that's like maybe a week old. Tops. Bot shop. Okay. Oh, somebody already pulled it. Okay. Miguel. Terminal. That's probably Miguel. Flatwoods Kiosk. Task program a new self-serving volunteer kiosk is Flatwoods. It must be able to process several dozen volunteers a day. It should teach them basic skills using time donated by local responders. Contacts are Keisha and Delbert. Both are willing to be the model for this program. Okay. Sweet Bean. My sweet Gary Bean, I'll be up at my camp. Maria is giving me a Santa today so I can relax. Join me. I hope you brought some of that comfort from Flatwoods. We can have a picnic. Don't worry if any volunteers stop by to learn stuff. The robots should be able to take care of them. Wrote a whole program to deal with that so I can actually relax and enjoy the great outdoors with you. Love, your dear heart, Miguel. Oh, okay. Oh, damn it. Safe control? Unlock. Safe. That's the big question. Upstairs, maybe. Right there. Cooking spit, nice. 12 aluminum scrap. Oh, dang. Jackpot. Oh. Short lease. Oh, here we go. Don't touch. These things haven't worked properly since the last scorched attack, so I've sealed them as is. Just don't. We don't need them right away anyways. Yeah. Okay. Plain parts. Scrapper stuff. Don't need. Scrap junk. Weapon. Hats. Okay. Raider's left leg. Okay, let's see if these responder uniforms clean. Those on. Don't do anything negative. Okay. Okay. That works. And that's busted. There we go. Toilet paper. I'll always take the. Yeah. Hell, is that a super stim? Okay. Okay, so this is the airport that I was supposed to go.